What is up, everybody? Today, we're diving into the wildest car crashes ever caught on camera. We've got reckless drivers, instant karma, and jaw-dropping moments you won't believe. These aren't just accidents, they're lessons in what happens when speed meets consequences. From highway chaos to show-offs getting wrecked, this is a ride you don't want to miss. Buckle up because you're about to see why physics always wins. We'll break down each insane clip second by second. Let's get into it. Our first story is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Picture this. A sleek black sports car, its engine roaring, weaving through six-lane highway traffic as if the driver's starring in his own action movie. The car darts left and right, slipping between vehicles with barely inches to spare. The city skyline blurring in the background. It's almost like watching a high-stakes video game, except this is real life, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The driver is pushing the limits, easily topping 100 miles per hour. He's not just speeding, he's threading the needle between cars, overtaking on both sides, and treating the highway like his personal racetrack. Every move is a gamble, and every second, he's risking not just his own life, but the lives of everyone around him. You can almost feel the tension in the air as other drivers try to keep their distance, unsure what this daredevil will do next. Suddenly, he makes a split-second decision. He tries to undertake a massive semi-truck and a minivan at the same time. It's a reckless move, squeezing into a gap that barely exists. The semi looms on one side, the minivan on the other, and for a moment, it looks like he might actually pull it off. But physics and fate have other plans. The car suddenly loses traction. The rear end swings out, fishtailing wildly as the driver desperately tries to regain control. He overcorrects, and in an instant the car is spinning across the lanes, tires screeching, metal glinting in the sunlight. It's chaos. One wrong move, and disaster is inevitable. 3 full lanes of traffic erupt into panic. Cars swerve violently, horns blare, and drivers slam on their brakes, doing everything they can to avoid the spinning sports car. For a split second, it's pure mayhem, an entire stretch of highway thrown into chaos by one person's reckless decision. Incredibly, the out-of-control car comes within inches of a family in a station wagon. You can almost imagine the terror on their faces as the black sports car hurtles past, missing them by a hair's breadth. It's a miracle. Somehow no other vehicles are hit and the worst is narrowly avoided. But the ordeal isn't over. The sports car slams rear first into the unforgiving concrete median, the impact sending debris flying in every direction. The sound of crunching metal and shattering glass fills the air, and the car bounces off the barrier, coming to a violent smoking stop. What was once a pristine, envy-inducing machine is now a mangled wreck. The hood is crumpled, the rear end destroyed, and thick smoke pours from the engine bay. It's a sobering sight, a stark reminder of how quickly things can go wrong when you push the limits. Inside the car, the driver sits in stunned silence, his hands shaking on the steering wheel. Just moments ago, he was the king of the road, invincible and untouchable. Now, he's a cautionary tale, lucky to be alive, but facing the consequences of his actions. Within minutes, police and emergency crews arrive at the scene. The officers take in the wreckage, the scattered debris, and the stunned driver. It's a textbook case of instant karma, reckless speed, brutal consequences, and a lesson learned the hard way. In the blink of an eye, everything changed. One moment of ego, one moment of overconfidence, and it's all over. The road is quiet now, except for the distant wail of sirens and the hiss of steam from the ruined engine. As the driver sits on the curb, head in his hands, you have to wonder, will he ever take a risk like that again? The look on his face says it all. Regret, relief, and a silent promise to never let this happen again. And that's just the beginning. If you thought this was wild, buckle up, because the next story is even crazier, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Up next, we witness a scenario that plays out in cities around the world every single day. A driver, running late or simply impatient, decides to gamble with fate at a busy intersection. It's a classic mistake, one that's as old as traffic lights themselves, trying to beat the red. The light shifts from yellow to red, and for a split second the world seems to pause, everyone waiting to see what will happen next. In this case, a blue sedan suddenly accelerates, its engine roaring as the driver makes a split-second decision to push through the intersection. Maybe he thinks he can save a few precious seconds, maybe he's just not willing to wait, but as the light turns a deep, unmistakable red, he's already committed, barreling forward with no intention of stopping. Meanwhile, on the cross street, a white delivery truck and several other vehicles begin to move. Their light has just turned green, and they have every reason to believe the intersection is now theirs. The truck, heavy and slow to stop, rolls confidently into the crossing, completely unaware of the sedan hurtling toward disaster. In a split second, the inevitable happens. The blue sedan, still speeding, runs the red light and is struck hard by the delivery truck. The impact is direct, right into the passenger side door, a textbook T-bone collision. The force of the crash is enough to send shockwaves through the entire intersection. The collision is violent and dramatic. Metal crunches and glass shatters as the sedan is spun violently across the intersection. Debris flies in every direction, and for a moment, it's pure chaos. Horns blaring, tires screeching, and the unmistakable sound of destruction echoing through the city streets. When the dust settles, the blue sedan is left mangled and twisted, spun halfway across the intersection. The once shiny car is now a crumpled wreck, its doors caved in and windows shattered. The truck, too, sits damaged in the middle of the road, a silent witness to the consequences of impatience. All this destruction, all this chaos, just because one driver couldn't wait a few extra seconds at a red light. The aftermath is sobering, a scene of twisted metal and broken glass, a stark reminder of how quickly things can go wrong when we let impatience take the wheel. In the end, it only takes one reckless decision to change lives forever. One impatient choice, and karma arrives in the form of a 2-ton truck. It's a harsh lesson, but one that's impossible to ignore. Unbelievable. It's a sunny afternoon at a packed car meet, and all eyes are glued to a gleaming yellow sports car. The engine roars to life, echoing off the nearby buildings as the driver revs for the crowd. People pull out their phones, eager to capture the spectacle. The car's paint glistens under the sun, and the driver, grinning with confidence, is clearly loving the attention. He's not just here to show off his ride, he wants to be the star of the show, the one everyone talks about long after the event is over. With a quick flick of the wheel, the driver launches into a drift, tires screeching and smoke billowing from the rear. The crowd erupts in cheers, egging him on as the car slides sideways in a cloud of burning rubber. For a moment, it looks like he's got it all under control. He's the king of the lot, putting on a show worthy of a movie scene. Cameras flash, and the energy is electric. But beneath the surface, there's a sense of tension. Can he really pull this off? Suddenly things start to unravel. The back end kicks out a little too far, and the driver overcorrects. The car fishtails wildly, the tires struggling for grip. In a split second, it's clear he's lost control. Too much throttle, not enough experience. The cheers turn to gasps as the car spins, momentum carrying it dangerously close to the edge of the lot. The yellow sports car snaps sideways, mounts the curb with a sickening crunch and slams headlong into a sturdy light pole. The impact is brutal. Metal crumples, glass shatters, and the once beautiful car is instantly transformed into a mangled wreck. The sound of the crash echoes through the stunned silence, and everyone knows this is no minor fender bender. In just 5 seconds, a $100,000 dream car is reduced to twisted metal and shattered dreams. The front end is wrapped around the pole, the hood crumpled like paper. All that money, all that pride, gone in an instant. The crowd stares in disbelief, some with hands over their mouths, others already filming the aftermath. The mood shifts from excitement to shock, then to laughter and disbelief. Some people can't help but chuckle at the driver's misfortune, while others shake their heads knowing this is a lesson in humility. Phones are everywhere, capturing every angle of the wreck. As the story spreads through the Fullestekr like some Prowbalder, the driver, who just moments ago was basking in admiration, now stands beside his ruined car, face pale and shoulders slumped. The transformation is complete, from hero to zero in 5 seconds flat. The crowd's attention shifts from the car to the driver, some offering sympathy, others just shaking their heads. Within minutes, the footage is online, and the driver's attempt to impress has backfired spectacularly. Instead of being remembered for his skills, he's become a viral meme, the punchline to a cautionary tale about pride and recklessness. The internet never forgets, and this moment will live on far longer than the car ever did. In the end, karma doesn't care how expensive your car is. Whether it's a $100,000 supercar or a beat-up old sedan, the rules are the same: respect the machine or pay the price. And for this show-off, the lesson came fast, loud, and unforgettable. Tailgaters, dangerous, impatient, and always a crash waiting to happen. A white SUV is glued to a dashcam car's bumper, flashing lights, raging for space. Suddenly, traffic ahead brakes. The dashcam car stops safely, but the SUV has no time to react. It slams into the dashcam car, causing a chain reaction pileup. 4 cars damaged, all because one driver couldn't back off. The SUV is now sandwiched, insurance nightmare ahead. If only he'd kept his distance. Karma delivered by a multi-car crash. Street racing, 2 cars, empty highway, engines roaring. The red coupe pushes past 120 mph, fighting for control. A slight curve becomes a deadly challenge at that speed. The car twitches, then violently swerves into the barrier. The impact is explosive. Parts fly. The car flips and rolls. It comes to rest as a heap of twisted metal. The race ends not with a win, but a trip to the ER. Speeding for bragging rights, not worth it. Road rage, never a good idea. A gray hatchback tailgates, then swerves to overtake on a blind corner. Suddenly, a truck appears in the oncoming lane. The angry driver panics, swerves back and clips the dashcam car. He spins out, slides off the road, and lands in a ditch. The dashcam car is fine. The angry driver is stuck and wrecked. Karma, delivered by his own impatience. Nothing scarier than a wrong-way driver on a busy highway. Out of nowhere, a car barrels down the fast lane, going the wrong direction. Horns blare, cars swerve, panic erupts. The dashcam car dodges, but a red sedan is trapped. The wrong-way driver collides head-on with the sedan. The crash is catastrophic, both cars obliterated, debris everywhere. One mistake and innocent lives are changed forever. The ultimate instant karma, tragedy from a single reckless error. Texting and driving, everyone knows it's dangerous, but some still do it. A minivan drifts out of its lane, eyes glued to a phone. It smashes into a parked SUV, airbags deploy, chaos ensues. The impact shoves the SUV into another car, 3 vehicles damaged. All for a text message. The driver looks up, stunned, surrounded by wreckage. Karma for the digital age. Put the phone away. Impatience on a country road. Never a good combo. A convertible tries to pass a tractor on a double yellow blind hill ahead. An oncoming car appears, nowhere to go. The convertible swerves off-road, loses control and slams into the tractor. The sports car's crushed, wedged under the tractor. One reckless pass, and he's in a mangled wreck. Karma is swift, even on back roads. Parking lots, supposed to be safe, right? One driver speeds through, swerving like it's a racetrack. He tries a sharp turn, loses control, and plows into a row of parked cars. The impact sets off a domino effect, multiple cars damaged, all for showing off in a parking lot. Speed meets karma, even at the grocery store. That's it. 10 moments where speed and ego met instant karma. Every clip is a lesson. The road isn't a game. Drive safe, respect the rules, and look out for each other. Don't be the next viral crash. Smash that like button, subscribe, and tell us which clip shocked you most. Stay safe out there. See you in the next video.